I know that as we kick this thing off, there's going to be a lot of folks funneling in. I like to start right on time, so I'm not going to wait a minute or two for folks to enter the room. This session will be recorded, and I will be monitoring the chat and working as a bit of an MC, if you will, in order to help facilitate some Q&A along the process. But on behalf of our Professional Development Committee, as well as our Texas NAIFA board, welcome to a very timely session with the Financial Seminar Services. And Blake, thank you for your generous support, and we look forward to your support, both from yourself as well as the firm, moving forward into this next calendar year. You know, we've got a very interesting time. There's strange things going on with the market, and our clients are scared and concerned. Being able to connect with them and being able to get them to progress the ball, so to speak, so that we can serve more families and serve more of our clients. I think working with, quote unquote, sales ideas and to revitalize our efforts moving into the next calendar year, this couldn't have been more timely. So I'm excited to gracefully get off the stage and turn it over to Blake. But again, thank you to Financial Seminar Services, based here in Houston, nonetheless, for your continued support of NAIFA. I will be monitoring the chat for anyone that has questions or wants to make a comment, and I might jump in and offer some of those questions as we go. Otherwise, we do have some time set aside on the back portion of this to also have some questions and answers as well. So Blake, take it away, sir. Great to see you.
Oh, great. Hello, everyone. I do want to say thank you to Rick and Renee. I appreciate setting this up for us. And I do want it to be open, so anybody has any questions that come up, please let us know. And then also at the end, write down any questions if you like, and we'll answer them at the end. So today I'm going over marketing ideas to finish up 2022. My goal is to go over several marketing ideas, 19 total, in hopes to find one or two that you can implement before the year's over. A common characteristic I see of top producers is that they have more lead programs going than other advisors. The average advisor has 5 different lead programs going at the same time, while top producers have 8. These 3 extra lead programs can bring in more business and put them above other advisors' production. So kind of start on the first, a little bit about me. My name is Blake Conant, and I am the founder and president of Financial Seminar Services, located right here in Houston. I started in the financial business doing seminars in the late 90s as a Series 7 broker, and quickly realized that a crucial part of my business was not just financial planning, but also marketing. Currently, I've been doing financial seminar marketing over 20 years and had the pleasure of working with thousands of top advisors across the country and helped bring in billions of dollars in new sales using seminars. First one, I had to bring this one up first since it's only 4 days away. Host a Halloween costume contest. Ask your clients to post photos to your Facebook business page, and then with the ones with the most likes wins. This is also a great way to meet and interact with your clients' kids, grandkids, neighbors, and their friends. You can have them stop by the office or just post them on there. But this is something you can roll out in 4 days, kind of think of a cute prize that they can win. But just a great way to interact with your clients and their friends. The second one I actually moved up because I wanted to follow the Halloween, just seems to fit the best, but consider holding a murder mystery event at a local venue or restaurant. Houston has several of them. Some specialize just in murder mysteries, but you can also use another location and hire a vendor to put on the show. This is currently one of our best polling client events. I just had somebody do over 6% response rate on holding these. They always poll very, very high. It's kind of a friendly, open environment. They get a free dinner for their time. You get to meet your clients and some of their friends. And if you're in a big city like Houston, you do have options that just specialize in this. So it's something to consider for a client appreciation event. Next one, this is the one we're actually getting the most phone calls on right now by far. Everybody's wanting to market the multi-year guarantee rates. We call MIGA rates. So we can create a little photo. You can do that yourself and post it on your Facebook with some of the current rates. Also, if you have pre-approved things from the different carriers. You can post those. The ones we're getting calls for are doing the postcards, mailing off postcards. And so we put the rate, a lot of them it's already a compliance approved postcard, or we have some like here on the screen that we've created for different advisors over the years. And we put the rates on there, we mail them off, and then they just call your office directly. And we are getting a lot of repeat orders. And what that means is they're working. So rates are really hot right now. So people are looking for different rates, and great time to get your name, your logo, and your information in front of them. Next one's movie premiere. I think this is a great way to connect with your clients, their friends, their neighbors. I've even had advisors pay extra to get the movie before it comes out in the theater, like the day before. So you get a sneak preview before a movie comes out. Most of them just rent the theater for the day. When people show up, you want to surprise them with giving them like popcorn, drink, shirts. Also, you want to rope off a section for VIP guests so they get recognized and make them feel special. But I have one advisor, he's been doing these over 10 years, and he actually sends me pictures, and he actually posts them on Facebook, but there's actually lines wrapped around the building of just his clients wanting to attend these events. So the movie premiere is something to consider. We got a lot of movie theaters here in Houston, and so you can rent out the theater and then invite your clients. Next one, casino night. The reason I want to mention this one is I really do get good feedback on it. So I do have clients that do them year after year, so it is a repeat client event that advisors do. And it's really easy, actually, get a hotel close to your office, and they have companies that will come in and set everything up for you. And so a casino night is something to consider this year to wrap up the year, but it would be a way to get in front of the clients. But they can do the roulette, all the casino games. Nobody can obviously win, but it is an event to consider. Annual reviews on this one. Hopefully everybody's doing these because I get probably agents and advisors get a good percent or new business each time they handle annual reviews for all their clients. A lot of times something's changed, they switch jobs, they have a CD coming due, something like that. And so some of our advisors, they have us do postcards that they mail off for their annual review. Some email their clients. Some just pick up the phone and call them. But if you have any clients you have not done an annual review for this year, this is a great time to be in front of them. There's a lot of stuff going on. That's what Rick was saying. A lot of different things. So it's a great time to be in front of your clients. And doing an annual review, you could potentially pick up some additional business. Next one, I love LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn a lot, and so this would be a common question I've gotten over the years. I get it all the time. Can I get a list of employees from a certain company? Like, as an example, Exxon. They're not right now, but let's say they're having a layoff. So a bunch of advisors would want to get a list of their employees to potentially catch them to do a 401k rollover. And so I don't know of any companies that actually sell a list of their employees, but you can easily build a list using LinkedIn. I use NAIF up there just as an example on the screen, but all you have to do is any local company around you, you type it into the search box, you pull up their business page, it's going to show you, once you pull up their business page, you want to look on there, and they're going to have one that says people. I think it's in green there towards the top. And so you're looking at their business page, and then you look at the people. Once you click on the people, it's going to list all their employees. And it's broken down by quite a bit. You can actually break that data down by where they live, where they studied, and then if you see above it, there's a next button there. If you go to that, you can also see what they do and also what they're skilled at and what they studied in college. And so those are great information to have about all those employees. And so once you like that data set there, you click on it, and it's only going to show you those employees that meet your criteria. So as an example, what you could do is you could type in, let's see, if you go on to Google and type in biggest companies in Houston as an example, or the biggest companies in Sugar Land, the Woodlands, or whatever, you could actually get those companies' names, a list of those companies, and then you want to go to LinkedIn and type it into the search box, and it's going to list the companies there. You want to click on their business page Once you go to their business page, you want to go down and click on the people section. And then you can just see a list of all their employees, or you can narrow it down by some of the criteria I mentioned. And so let's say you got the names of the people there. The first option you can do is you can click and try and connect with them. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, then what you can do is you can try and send them a message. If you have LinkedIn, the upgraded version, you can try and send them a message. If you don't, the next option is to take their name and enter it into fastpeoplesearch.com. Fastpeoplesearch.com is the best website I know to look up someone's address, name, phone, or even their email. I don't know if anybody on there has ever used that, but once you type in their name, it's going to pull up their address, and you can create a spreadsheet and build up all those names of those local employees. And you can also create a list of all the local businesses. So that's kind of a way to build a list of the employees. You're going to miss some if they're not on LinkedIn. You're not going to get all the employees, but the ones that the executives and other employees that are active on LinkedIn, they will be listed on there. So it is, the answer to the question, is there a way to get a list of employees from a certain company? The answer is yes. It just takes a little work and a little research. Next one, this is just a great thing to remind them. Maybe you're already doing this, but don't forget to remind your clients to make their annual IRA contributions. You can send out a postcard, do a Facebook post, or add it to your newsletter, but this is another way to create activity. And so just getting that out there as a reminder, they'll appreciate it. If you're their advisor, they'll a lot of times appreciate that. And so you can mail off a postcard. That's the example I show there on there to your clients. Next one is 401k rollover using LinkedIn. This is my last LinkedIn source, but the way to do this is if you have a list of all of your clients or a list of old leads, all you'd have to do is you go onto LinkedIn. In the search box, you type in their name. You pull up their profile, and then right there it's going to look if they've recently changed jobs. If they've changed jobs, within the last couple of years, you want to try and reach out to them. Ask them if they have an old 401k sitting somewhere or if anything's changed recently. And so you just manually enter them in there, and you can build a list of people who possibly could be 401k rollover prospects for you. And you just do that by looking at LinkedIn and then look at their job history, see if they've changed jobs within a couple of years or a year or 6 months, whatever. So that's creating 401k rollover leads using LinkedIn. Some pretty good information. Wine, beer tasting client event. I've had people do these year after year. We do get a lot of repeat orders on this. A lot of people like to drink wine or beer. In Houston, you have a ton of choices. The way to kind of boost the response, a lot of times if you hire a professional sommelier, I'm saying that at the wine event, or have advisors do like custom beer glasses with your logo on it and hand them out at the brewery. It's just a way to meet clients in a laid-back atmosphere, so you consider doing a wine or beer tasting client event. Next one, hire a pro for your next golf outing, a golf event. And the thing I want to emphasize is this, is you do not need to know how to play golf. A lot of people hear this and go, I don't golf. Well, that's the thing is if in Houston alone, there's 3 top golfs. And so one of those can be, hopefully located close to your office or close to your clients. You consider holding an event there, and you actually hire a golf pro. And I've been to these events before, and they have a golf pro that will actually stand there and show you how to swing, how to golf. Or if you actually want to go to a golf course, you can actually hire a golf pro there to teach you how to golf. And it's just kind of more of an interactive type of thing than just playing golf or just going to Top Golf. You want to have everybody kind of gather around and maybe possibly learn up some tips from the event. Next one, food truck. We're located in an 8-story building, and so there's a lot of different businesses in the building. And so other businesses also a lot of times are in like these business parks. There's a lot of other offices located close by. And so what I've seen advisors do is they actually get a food truck. They kind of market it first. They get flyers, they kind of knock on the doors, or they put it on the door, or they see the neighbors in the elevator and kind of tell them about it. Hey, Friday we're going to have a food truck here and buying everybody free lunch. And it's just a way to get to know your neighbors. I've had advisors do plates with their logo or their company information when they give them the food, their information on the plates or cups. You can even brand the food truck when it's there with some of your company information. But it is a way to meet your neighbors or neighboring businesses, kind of in a casual environment. This one would get very popular towards the end of December, doing the tax preparation postcards. A lot of times the advisors don't have anyone in their office, but they team up with somebody who does taxes. And it's a great way to get traffic into your office. You mail out one of these postcards, or you do a post on social media or your LinkedIn business page offering a discounted tax return. Best part is when the prospects come into your office, they have all their financial statements, and it's just a way to create activity and maybe even build a relationship with a CPA or tax professional in your area. But if you mail these off, you will get phone calls and activity from a lot of times it's local small business owners that want the discount on there. So this is a way to create some good activity for your office. Pie appointments, I've been doing this for years. I know a lot of advisors. I have one guy that's been doing it for a long time. And a lot of times people hear the free pie. I think they kind of misunderstand it or they don't do it right. I've had people like set up a tent, and as the cars come in, they actually hand them the free pie as they drive through. I wouldn't recommend doing that. I mean, sure, that's a great thing, but the way I've seen the pies work the best in the return on investment is when you have them come in and set up a 15-minute appointment. And when I say that, they just come into your conference room, you have all the pies stacked there, but you sit down as the advisor with them for like 15 minutes, say, hey, has anything changed recently? You doing okay? How's the family? How's the kids? And by doing that, you can kind of build up a rapport with them or their kids or their family members that also stop in. But I think the way to do the pies is to have them set an appointment to pick them up. The company I recommend, I've been buying them, I think it's over 10 years now, from Goody Pie Company located in Houston. Yes, they have the great pies, but the part I like about them is they send them in this wooden box. And that wooden box really makes an impression. I talked to one advisor, and he goes, yeah, Blake, I got a stack of those. Every year you send me my pie, I save all those boxes. And it kind of makes an impression. It's something they won't just get the pie and throw it away after they're done. They actually save the box. You can even get them branded with your logo. I believe Goody Pie Company offers that. So that is a way to leave an impression in Thanksgiving. A lot of people get a lot of stuff during Christmas, but not that many people get things for Thanksgiving. So this would be a way to get your name in front of them. Next one, holiday cards. Some advisors just get busy and don't send them out, but I know a lot of people that save them or put them on their door, things like that. So I think they should do a custom holiday card, Christmas card, whatever you like, whatever type of card you like. But we don't suggest like putting your website or phone number on there. Most just do have your logo, if anything, kind of small on the back, but we wouldn't recommend a phone number or your website. It's not kind of a salesy thing. It's just a happy holidays type of touch. But they do appreciate getting them, and a lot of people do save them. So it is something to consider this year. Hire a Santa Claus. I love this one. And since we're in Houston, we actually have access to a lot of different Santa Claus companies. You can do hireasanta.com, or you just go to Google and type in Hire a Santa, and a lot of different choices come up. But in December, you can hire a Santa to come to your office. Once again, you have them set an appointment to come into the office, take pictures with Santa. And you want to do this when it gets closer to Christmas time. You're going to have a lot of family in town, their kids in town, their grandkids in town, and they get to avoid all the mall lines and crowds. Plus, it's a different looking Santa Claus. A lot of times the malls, they all have the same one, so this one's going to be a little bit different picture and more than just one. You can kind of take some different poses and stuff with Santa there. And get great feedback. Plus, they post it on their Facebook, and all their friends and neighbors and coworkers see that, and they like it. And they always ask them, where did you get that done? And so it's a way to kind of brand and get your company name out there. And there are a lot of companies that do that, so it shouldn't be any issue finding them. And a lot of times your clients will get excited about it. So that is something to consider this year. Next one, holiday drive. adding a charity drive to all your marketing. I think this is kind of important during the November, December time. You can add a charity drive to all your marketing. You can do a winter coat drive, donations for toys or tots, or you can sponsor a food drive or partner with a local charity, TV, or radio station to help those in need. I had one lady actually put on her seminar mailer, bring a free gift for Toys for Tots, a wrapped gift for Toys for Tots. Remember, they had clients pulling up or prospects pulling up, and their trunk was full of presents. Some people really wanted to get involved, and they were buying all these different gifts and dropping them off. She actually couldn't load them all up. She called the fire department, it's Toys for Tots, which they're involved, and actually came down and picked a bunch of them up. And so people do like giving during this time period, so it's a great way to market it and get involved with your local community. Client event, holiday parties, this is a great time to strengthen your relationship with your clients. Most of the time people are in a good mood. They invite sometimes their friends or neighbors, coworkers. If you do want to do a client event or a client appreciation event or a holiday party this year, we strongly recommend reserving your room or your restaurant, your location as quickly as possible. We have some that are already completely booked solid, literally from now all the way to the end of January. Those 3 months, November, December, and January, are extremely popular for banquet rooms. And so if you want to do any events on those dates, you want to book them now. And I love doing the client appreciation type of events. People are always in a good mood this time of year, so it is something to consider adding in this year. And the last one, number 19 here, last but not least, seminars. This one's my favorite. I believe it's one of the fastest way to build a business. You get to stand in front of 30 or 40 prospects and tell them who you are and what you offer. If they like you, they check the box. If not, they get some free information. So here at Financial Seminar Services, we handled finding the location, the list, the mailing, the digital marketing, taking the reservations. We handle everything for you. You just got to say, hey, I want to do a seminar. And we've been doing them in Houston over 20 years, and I know a bunch of good locations that pull really, really good response rates. So it is something to consider to add into your marketing. We do have a bunch of advisors doing them in December also. Some in Houston right now doing them in December. So it is something to consider adding it in. Plus, you get to start the year off with some production or some business pending. So that's why a lot of people like the seminars. If you're saying, hey, I want to wait till January to do seminars, usually you want to count back about 30, 40 days. So if you are considering doing one in January, you actually need to place your order in December, actually the first week of December, so to give you an example. So that's kind of the 19 ideas I had, hoping for you guys to pick up one or possibly two to add in this year to kind of potentially get some extra business this year. And Rick, Renee, is there any questions?
Yeah, so I wrote down 8 of those ideas that I thought were pretty fantastic. The wine and beer event is right up my alley. So
yeah, people are in a good mood. Yeah, it's very casual. I like that.
There was a couple things that you listed that I'd done, I think, to some success in the past, but some good reminders.
Yeah, I know that, like the annual reviews, most people are doing those, but man, if you hadn't do them, please try and get those in before the year's up, because it's a great time to be doing them.
Yeah. The movie premiere I thought was interesting. So I don't know how you can bribe the producers to see the movie early, but
oh, he paid. He paid.
That was neat.
Yeah,
well,
yep. And
so we had one question that was in regards to the fastpeoplesearch.com. Can you talk a little bit more about how folks leverage that site? It sounded pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean, all the time I get different seminar reservations that come in. People send us, for our advisors, they send in a text or an email, or they fill out a reservation form somewhere. And so a lot of times it doesn't have their address. And so what I like to do is, before I take their time, I like to go to Fast People Search, type in their name and look them up. And you can do it by just phone number. So let's say you have a lead or something popped up or somebody called into your office. You can just take a phone number and type it into fastpeoplesearch.com. And you'll see one of the buttons on the tabs at the top. One of them will say telephone. And all you do is click on the phone, enter in the phone number, and it's going to pull up whose phone number that is. Or if you're trying to find somebody's address, you just simply click on the address tab there, and you can pull up their address by just typing their name, and then like you put the city and state there. And it's not perfect. It's not going to find every single person, but you'd be surprised. I typed my name in there, and all this stuff came up, and I clicked on it. It had my email address. It had everything on there. It's all public information, but that is just a way to simple and fast way to look up people, and it's free. I know there's a lot of paid services out there that do that same thing, but this one's actually free.
That's good. And I'm certain, because I think everyone had it in their mind that the first search that they're going to do is their own. So I wonder what is out there about me. And then also you want to make sure that the information is correct.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
A lot of them were great. I've had CPAs in the past that had brought in a Santa Claus and done a neat thing. And what's if you're consistent with it and you do it every year, then people look forward to it every year. Then they know, okay, my holiday cards or my Christmas cards in this case, they're done. Like I don't have to worry about that. I don't need to do the fall session and hire a photographer. It's my whole family is going to go hang out with my financial advisor. So I think that's a great one. Very cool. It's as seminars are always a thing that advisors ask me about. What have your success has been within seminars, and who are the types of folks that come to them? Are there people that just show up and they eat a steak and disappear? And we get some of that, but I think overall we have access to people that we probably wouldn't normally get in front of, which I think is really the value of doing those types of seminars. That maybe they don't respond to other types of marketing, which is why it's so important to have these 19 different topics of how to generate business that you just gave us. Can you share a little bit more about how we get involved, things to think about, how can we engage in your firm to help us, kick this thing off? Because, dumb life insurance guys like myself, that's not my bread and butter is throwing these seminars.
Absolutely. Yeah, I have one advisor here in Houston, hasn't done one since 2019, the COVID, and that's what a lot of people are saying, okay, I'm ready to start these back up. And so what we did is we took a look. They said they wanted to do the Woodlands, and so we looked at that area, and we found which location pulled the highest response rate, because we've been mailing, pretty much, I go to the Woodlands frequently. It's close to where our office is. And so I know a lot of the restaurants, things like that there. And so we said, which one pulls the best? There's several with private rooms with doors that shuts, but which one pulls the highest response rate? So then we went and picked that one. And she said, okay, so now I want people with at least a minimum of $750,000 or more in assets. And I want them to be like 58 to 70. And so what we did is we took that restaurant address and we did a radius around it, picking people 58 to 70 that had at least 750,000 in assets. And that was the mailing list. And then we took a mailer that we had. We got, a bunch of them that are proven and tested. We took the mailer, we created the mailer, and all we did is we mailed it off to those prospects in that area. And right now, currently, she has over a 1% response rate. So she mailed 10,000 pieces of mail. She has a 1% response rate. She has over 100 people that are registered. She's actually above a 1% response rate right now. And so she has 100 people that are registered and for her events. And so she's going to basically, out of that, you're going to get probably about 50% that request an appointment. Some people get higher, some get lower. When I did seminars, I was amazed. I would do a great seminar. I'd go back. My wife was always my appointment setter. I'd say, man, I got 100% appointment ratio. How many appointments I get? She goes, half. And then some nights I would just not have a good night, didn't do the greatest seminar. And I'd say, well, did I get any appointments tonight? And she'd go, yeah, she got half. And so you pretty much can expect right around a 50% appointment ratio because, a lot of those people, they're taking their time to go there. And that's what a lot of advisors can't get past the food part, but the food is just giving them something for their time, for them to show up. It's your job. Everybody's there to eat. That's what you're doing. You're inviting them there to a free dinner. It's your job to tell them something and make them check the box for an appointment. You got to give them a reason to check the box. If you have a compelling message and you're passionate about what you do, those people are going to check the box because the people that go there, a lot of times they're about to retire, they just retired, and they have questions. That's why they're there. People aren't just showing up. You got some people that show up to eat, but still, if you tell them something they never heard of, they'll check the box. And so that's kind of the process. But she's going to have, potentially going into this year, she's going to have, oh gosh, probably at least 20, 30 appointments with people with at least, 750,000 in assets.
Wow, that's great. Yeah, it's
So,
we've had some great opportunities at my firm that wouldn't have surfaced without it. Opportunities
yeah,
certainly for annuity contracts, because like you said, they're folks that are either just retired or getting very, very close, but also, even some wealthy young individuals that wanted to do some creative
yeah,
types of planning with life insurance products. So the interest is
absolutely.
pretty broad, which is great.
Yeah, my wife, she's in the age group. She goes to seminars, and she's sitting there, and they said, with a couple, and they said, oh, he's getting ready to retire, so we're going to 2 or 3 of these events, and we're going to decide who we want to do business with. And they're just shopping around. They want to see which advisor they like, which one they feel comfortable with.
Sure, and nothing wrong with that. How dare they, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
and you're right. So it's, for your firm, it's helping us get people into the room, and then from that point, it's really on us in order to put on a good show, to say something that's compelling enough in order for them to take action. But I think 50% sounded like a great return. So
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. That
oh,
it's pretty much across the board. I've got advisors that are doing. One client, he's been with me over 20 years, and he literally has done a seminar every month. Well, he does about 10 a year for literally 20 years with us, and it works. And he had another record year. So it's definitely working.
outstanding. Well, I don't see any more questions. There was a question about the pie. I love the pies. They're very large. They have a great pecan pie that I like. It's Goody
Yeah, that's
Company.
one.
Yeah, they're about $50, but
Yeah, they're not. I know, they're definitely not cheap. They're not cheap, but I do send them out every year, and I get great feedback. But yeah, it's definitely not a cheap expense. It's got to be a good client.
absolutely. Well, and instantly I thought of some folks. I'm like, I can't believe I didn't think of that. So it was a great use of my time. Blake, again, I appreciate your support for NAIFA Texas, and looking forward to seeing you hopefully again in Austin at our state
Yep,
convention or state conference. Appreciate your
I'll be
support
there.
when you were well, Houston was very easy for you. And
Yeah, we got
in
lucky on that one.
sponsoring that session, and then for you and Financial Seminar Services to believe in NAIFA's mission and to support us as advisors to be able to get in front of clients. We're grateful for that very much. So Blake's contact information is right on the screen. Support those that support us. This session will be recorded, so that will go out in some time. Feel free to share this session. I'm sure Blake would certainly appreciate it. So if there's
Yeah.
nothing else or no other questions, let's get out there and crush the end of this year and move into a
All
great
right.
2023.
Great. Thanks so much. Thanks, Rick. Thanks,
Thanks,
Renee.
guys. Take care.